EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the fastest rising cities in the U.S., the capital city of Austin, Texas. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on our home team. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landing zone. It hits short of the 20, so that's going to move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 331, 331. Back.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Now, this great city, Austin, one of the fastest growing metropolises, not just in Texas, but in the U.S. as a whole. Of course, the University of Texas is here. Vibrant nightlife, great music scene, great food scene. And now an NFL franchise, and these folks are over the moon.
Here we go, Snap. 319.
Fields. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A little juke. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown. Justin Fields, 56 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. 19, Tigers. Trap 60, trap 60. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Third and 5. Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Cowboy 80. 65, 60, Dragon 60.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Hooked off by Nicky Manrory.
Well, this had trouble written all over it from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Fields. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Touchdown! Brian Thomas, 51 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Great corner out there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Richardson going to change the play here. Going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
60 Vikings, 60, Cavaliers.
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That burst good for 20 and a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. A give up the middle. Jenkins. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw him right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Come on. 19 tight. 19 Lions. Dragon 60. Ready.
Play action. Now Richardson. Now he'll top this, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Ready. Panther 60.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get into football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, he can make someone miss in the open field.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, Scott. 319, get out. Hey, Ken.
Now it's Fields. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Martin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 331, 331. Tonight.
To the air again, Fields. That is tight end. That's complete. It's Martin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his football.
Out of the gun, Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Brian Thomas. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
Visitors, nothing. Will Reichert to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Completed out left to Dobbs. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter.
A gain of 31 yards. First down, Eagles.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd and 7.
70 Lions. Get up. 70 Timberwolves. Viking 18. Dragon 60. Ready.
Richardson to throw off play action. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Richardson setting up a screen for Judkins. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
70.
In motion, the tight end. Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. I'll give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
yards to go.
Hold it ready.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
18. Viking, 18.
Richardson looking to throw this. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
And Richardson looks to throw once more.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Riley Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Our home team 21, visitors 7.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Here's Richardson to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Eagles first down. A gain of 21 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Crack goal 80. Crack goal 80. Ready.
On first down, here's Judkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ready. Hop 7. Hop 6.
First down, right back to Judkins. And down inside the 15 he goes. 64 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
19. Cut 19. Cut 19.
Now it's Richardson. He'll swing this out to Judkins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Visitors 14.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out right at the 35.
They're on the 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Back to throw. Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
West right. Here we go, shot. Green 19, that's hot. West right, this. 11. Hey, Ken. Right.
Here's Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
No mas. Tonight.
They snap it to Fields. Back to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Well, the determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
79 Broncos. 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats. Hurt. Riggs.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Wrap all 80. Panther 60. Wrap all 80.
An inside run with Jenkins.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Austin. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Let's go now. 60 by 6. 19 tight. Dragon 60. Go.
They go play action with Richardson. He'll try to pick it up himself. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 32 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Fields going to change things up here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's Fields. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Fields now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here we go. 331, 331. Bunch right. Tonight.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Don't jump. Ready? Blue 58, blue 58, set.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Here we go. Good. 19 seconds.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Once again, Junkins. That's some strong running. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. And an Eagle first down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Lions. Warriors 70. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Now Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, nice move. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Here's 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. 70 Lions. 80. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Junkins.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
Hey, check that, check that. Ready.
They'll give it to Junkins.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Let's go now. Lightning 18. Alert. Alert. Let's go.
A give. Here's Junkins.
And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick. Patterson's kick is good.
And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? The answer's pretty evident to me.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go, Scott. Blue 58, blue 58, Scott. Stay high.
Here's Fields.
Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
Well, this was not just the opener of a